What's up guys, I'm back for another video today. Today I've been doing another video. It's called I'm trying to see 3 powers technique to increase your IQ. What's IQ? Maybe it's brain. So 3 powers. So let's see how you learn. So I wish I can reach 100 likes. So let's get into the video and let's start.
Hey guys, Chronicle Living here, and today we'll be going over 3 powerful techniques to increase your IQ, which are simple ways to become smarter. In the past, not very long ago, it was believed that your brain's intellectual capacity and your IQ was fixed when you reached adulthood. It went as far as that by age 7, your brain's fate was determined for the rest of your life. Glad to say that has been proven false with more and more scientific research and studies done when we discover something called neuroplasticity. If you break that word down, neuro means relating to nerves or the nervous system, and plasticity means the quality of being easily shaped or molded. So then the full definition of neuroplasticity is the ability of the brain to form and reorganize synaptic connections, especially in response to learning or experience or following injury. This discovery showed us if we can get our brains to form new neural connections, your intellectual quotient, also known as IQ, can possibly increase as well. Brain plasticity is a common term used by neuroscientists, referring to the brain's ability to change at any age for the better or the worst. What we discovered is gray matter in our brains can actually shrink or thicken, and so neural connections can be forged and refined or weakened and severed. You've heard of the saying, use it or lose it, right? Much like a muscle, not working out can lead to a decline in the brain's ability to use several neural pathways, which can lead to things like memory decline and decline in cognitive functions. But what has been found is that under the right circumstances, the power of brain plasticity can help adult minds to grow. Again, in this video, we'll be going over 3 powerful...
Wait guys, why not children also? How about children? Because yeah, I thought I need to study. Yeah, you know what, let's get into
training techniques they could do anywhere that could help you to increase your IQ, which means will help you become smarter. I will need to say this before we begin. Doing these techniques for a short time only is not going to change you. It's going to require time and patience. Exactly like working out, you cannot go hard on week 1 and slack off week 2, and week 3 you're back to square one with nothing. In order to see great results, these trainings have to be done at least 5 times a week. Even though I'll be showing you 3 different trainings, you still have the choice of choosing one or doing them all. Just as long as you can stay long term with the plan and do them every day, you can find amazing results. Technique number 1. One of the most important findings of recent neuroplasticity research is the discovery of how closely our senses are connected to memory and cognition. And this specific training will aim just at that. It is called image streaming. It is believed that on average, we produce 50,000 thoughts a day. If I tell you to imagine right now, an elephant flying with a balloon high up in the air, you probably already pictured it in your mind. Something like this, right? This is essentially like active daydreaming. Daydreaming except...
I thought was that balloon like a elephant holding it like a bunch of full of balloon, and I thought that was gonna happen, but then they gave something like always something, some people in Paris or like USA, they try to go for that just not the first part. Yeah, it just showed. So let's continue.
You're conscious and active while doing it. So what I mean is, you're going to use your mind's eye to see what you picture in your head, and this is where you're going to use image streaming. You'll have to begin to use your mind's eye to start describing what you see in full details. Of course, I recommend to close your eyes while doing this, and also it's important that you're going to want to describe out to yourself with your own voice what you're seeing in much detail as possible. So let's use the elephant example again. Right now, I see a checkered black and white lighthouse and a giant white moon in the gray sky with dark circular craters. Now I see a gray elephant floating with a hot air balloon that's black with orange stripes in a slow forward motion towards the blue ocean. See how I actually made it simple and described it in detail? Oh wait, that's only 1/5 of the technique. 4 more parts of the technique, but don't worry, it's not that complicated. You're just gonna have to describe out with your voice the next 4 senses of what you're sensing, such as sound, smell, touch, and taste. So going back to the image stream, I'm gonna say, I hear the ocean waves and the seagulls. I smell the mist of the ocean. I feel how the elephant has a leathery-like skin. The lighthouse tastes cold and dull. When we image stream, we're letting the visual image to be the doorway to many areas of our brain. The greater of the association of the areas of the brain that we're...
Wait, does our brain have colors? Maybe they're just showing example, okay? Yeah, let's continue.
using with all 5 senses involved in the visual image, the greater amount of the brain is being used for that visual image. So instead of accessing only 1 or 2 areas of our brains when we think, the brain is accessing more areas when we are describing the image in the image streaming technique with all 5 senses. We are allowing the brain areas of the individual senses to become enlarged, that it's increasing the depth and the scope of the brain being used. So the schedule of this is you're going to want to do this for at least 45 minutes to a maximum of 1 hour, at least 5 times a week. And the results are pretty amazing because what was found is the results start to take notice within 2 to 4 weeks of increased ability to form ideas, reading ability, visualization, intellectual curiosity, and concentration span also increased. Doing it long enough in couple months can lead to even greater improvements that some claim they were able to achieve photographic-like memory from this consistent training. The next training technique is a more of a passive type training that doesn't require as much effort as the first one. This one is called brain harmonics. The idea is your brain operates with certain wavelengths that has speeds such as delta, theta, beta, which are programmed in certain sounds. Brain harmonics is a technology which has been around for close to 100 years. However, the technology has gone through many changes, innovations, and developments. In many ancient civilizations, the use of drums in a rhythmic and melodic way was useful for creating hypnotic and trance-like states. The rhythmic use of brainwave is what has been allowed for the changes to take place in our brains. So in modern brain harmonics, the effects come due to the use of tones and certain specific wavelengths within a sound that neurons may able to grow during an active mental workout while you're listening to this audio and doing something like math homework. So if you're gonna listen to this, the schedule is you're gonna have to do this at least 4 times a week, at least 30 minutes with headphones on. You could search binaural beats or brain harmonics on the web and experience it yourself. And the third final technique is a more of a fun one and
So, can you search in the internet of brain techniques? Alright, try.
a
Okay.
little bit unexpected, and that is juggling. Juggling? You heard me right, juggling. There's been studies...
Sometimes I'm not good in juggling, but I try one time. I made as two times, only two. So let's go for
on
it.
how juggling has shown to cause certain areas of your brain to grow. For example, there's been an experiment where German researchers divided 24 non-jugglers in 2 groups, and they assigned one group to juggle 30 minutes a day. The scientists performed brain scans on the volunteers using MRI before and after they learned to juggle. The researchers were then able to investigate changes in brain gray matter, the area of the brain that consists mostly of cell bodies of neurons rather than the connective fibers. The study found that the volunteers that did not train to juggle showed no difference in their brain scans over the 3-month period. However, those that did juggle for 3 months straight demonstrated an increase in gray matter in 2 areas of the brain which involved visual and motor activity. It appears it has showed improved connection in the parts of the brain that
Not let's forward few to front. Oh, we have a lot. But this video is gonna be so massive. It's like I don't know how many minutes we are doing this video. So guys, I see you next time. So I wish 100 likes and goodbye.